one more word problem, and then I'll give you some summary questions to try. Um, let's see. Admission to a museum is $8 for students and $16 for adults. Yesterday, twice as many students as adults came to the museum. The total admissions paid by students and the total admission paid by adults were equal. So right off the bat, I know I'm going to have something equal to something else. It says it was equal. Can you find the number of adults that came to the museum yesterday? Justify your answer. So first off, let's set up some variables. What do we know? We know the cost for students and the cost for adults. We don't know how many students came and we don't know how many adults came. So let's set up some variables to start us off. Okay. The question asks, can you find the number of adults? So adults is going to be my variable, A. Now how can I set something up for students without using a different variable? Because remember, you can't solve an equation if it has two different variables in it. Well, it tells us that twice as many students as adults came. So however many adults came, 2 times that amount of students came. So if 5 adults came, 5 times 2 is 10, 10 students came. So really, the students are equal to 2 times the adults, and the adults are just equal to A. So now let's go back to this equation. It says the total paid by students is equal to the total paid by adults. So students would be $8 times 2A, and the adults would be 16 times however many adults came. So number of students times 8, number of adults times 16. That would tell me the price. So now we're just going to simplify, solve as much as possible, and see what that tells us about the solutions. 8 times 2 is 16A. 16A. Well, without even going any further, I see I've got 16A equals 16A. I've got the same thing on both sides of the equation. So no matter what I plug in for adults, here and here, it's going to be equal. So let's look at the question and see if we can make an answer that makes sense. Can you find the number of adults that came to the museum yesterday? We actually can't find the number of adults that came to the museum yesterday. We can't find this out because no matter what you plug in for adults, it's always going to work. So any number of adults could have come yesterday. We have no idea how many that would be. Some adults came, we just have no idea. It could be 10, it could be 100, it could be 1,000,000, it could be anything, because no matter what you plug in here and here, both sides are going to be equal. So for this, and I know it's going to annoy some of you who love just finding an answer, there is no answer to this one. There's infinitely many solutions. So the answer to the question is, can you find the number of adults? Nope, can't figure it out because there's infinitely many solutions. We didn't get A equals 23 or something like that. We got the same thing on both sides.